G'day. Most of you have seen me struggling milling my grain, especially when it's wet conditioned. It's a lot harder. Now, I know lots have suggested me go out and buy a drill. There's one you can get from Bunnings that people are using. It's a paint stirring drill. It's only about $108 or something, I think last time I looked. But I'm a stay-at-home dad, look after the kids, the wife, single income, and trying to get her to buy me a new drill this close to Christmas is near impossible. Well, it is impossible. So I've borrowed my mate's 50 litre Guten. I've got to grind about 8 kilo of grain. Thought I had to try and do something. So I looked at Bunnings and found one of these, which is the 1/2 inch chuck which you need to go on the Malt Muncher mills without having to machine, where the handle goes. I've tried a few other methods of hooking it up and it just wasn't very successful. Now, whether my old drill, there's a story behind this old drill. I bought a drill in about 1988. It got stolen in 1990 and I got it replaced. Well, I happened to have house insurance at the time, and I got this drill, this Ryobi. So this is from way back then. It's done a lot of work. I don't know whether it's going to be up to the job. It has got variable speed. It hasn't got a gearbox in it or anything, but it does go quite slow. I'm not sure how much torque it's going to have. I haven't replaced the brushes in all those years, but we're going to give it a go today. So yeah, this is a 10mm chuck, and it won't fit on the Malt Muncher handle. The 13mm, or I think 1/2 inch probably is, will. $14, $15. Pretty simple thing, very simple thing. I haven't, as I said, I haven't tried it yet. Remember, some of these threads, like the screw holding this chuck in, is reversed. So simply screw the chuck on. You can put the screw in. Actually, most of the time when I've used my drill, because that chuck screws in, I haven't bothered putting the screw back in, but you should, because it'll get full of junk. Screw that in, and then that goes into the chuck of your drill. So we'll give it a go and see what happens, eh? Screw that in reverse, anti-clockwise, and hopefully this should fit in there, and it does nicely. I'm not going to put it all in at the start. I'm just going to test it first. Alright, there's only one way to find out. Need to give it a bit more grunt. I'm going to burn this drill out today. It worked. Probably went a bit faster than it needed to, but to get enough grunt out of this grill, I got to start at least a bit fast, and then I noticed I could slow down a bit. I'll just check the crush. The crush looks good. See that? Let's see if we can get through a whole bucket. Fast isn't really good for milling grain, but at the moment I haven't got much choice. I think you want it down to about 200 revs per minute would be good. Many people say different numbers, but it's somewhere around there. Let's go. If it wasn't for the video, I'd probably give this little drill a breather halfway through. But it's not hot. I can't smell anything burning in it. Seems to have worked. It looks a little bit more shredded than usual. That would be the speed, I should imagine. But saying that, well, that one, oh no, it's split. It looks pretty good. There's lots of whole grain kernels. The proof will be in the pudding tomorrow on brew day. I'm a little bit worried about some of them. I think we'll be alright. Well, that worked. The video isn't about the drill to use, trying to get a better drill than I've got. But the adapter worked fine and fits the shaft if you happen to have a smaller drill. Of course you can put it through twice if you want to, but that's up to you. I forgot to say, you've got to be careful with grain dust. If you're flicking grain dust everywhere, it's a really, really good way to get your brews infected. You really should grind your grain, or mill your grain in another spot rather than next to where you're filling fermenters and things. I know a lot of us don't really have that option much, but you just got to be careful because it harbours a lot of nasties that can infect your brew pretty quickly. Okay, so once I started using the drill and the attachment, I did a big double batch in the Guten I borrowed. I did 3 or 4 in the Robo Brew, and my efficiency was down. I did another batch by hand, and it went back to normal. Well, it was only a few points, but I couldn't work it out. And what I think it is my drill was having to go too fast. It was only a little electric power drill that you've seen in the videos, handheld, and I couldn't get the torque happening at low speed, and it was just going too fast, and even if I milled it twice, it just didn't seem to matter. So I did a bit of research online, and it seems everyone's been getting these. They're quite cheap. They're from Bunnings. They're low speed, high torque drills. $109 it was. I haven't opened it yet, as you can see, but I'm hoping to use it today, so we'll have a quick look. Comes in a case and everything, isn't that fancy? Instructions, spade handle, not much to show, and a big solid looking drill. And the chuck is apparently a 13mm drill. Half-inch drill, so it should fit the mill without any problems. Speed control, forward, reverse, I'm guessing. Also has a side handle too. It's got 3 points to mount the handle, which would come in handy if you wanted to mount it somewhere, I guess. So that's the box there, just to give you a better look. It's SHD 3100. It's a 13mm chuck and 1050 watts of power. Max speed's 550 RPM. I won't be going that fast. I'll try and halve that. Not that I'll be able to tell, but I'll put it right down as low as I can go. And don't get me wrong, that other chuck will work with other drills, just not with my drill. My friends have been using Milwaukee cordless drills. I think they're nearly twice the price of that, probably more than twice the price of the spade drill. So you can use other drills and that adapter that I bought, but I'm having issues with mine, so I bought a new drill. I don't know if you can tell, but that's going fairly slow. I can still see the hole, the chuck key hole. We'll try it that slow. That's really good. This is wet conditioned grain too, so it's a bit tougher, but that's coping really well. I think the crush looks a lot better. There's less shredded grains, a lot of whole, like they're crushed, but they're the husk is still whole. We'll see how it goes, eh? Okay, I've brewed several times now with that new drill, and I've hit my points. I'm back to where I was, so I'm really happy. So there you go. If you're having issues with your crush, even though it can look really good, and it looked finer and more shredded when I was going fast, in the end it was causing problems. So the slow speeds really work for me. So anyway, if you have those issues, maybe it'll help you. If not, look at something else. Alright, cheers.